Of the day. I am Dr. Komal Mehta from ITM SLS Baroda University, Vadodara. Friends, I am trying to explain unit processes in wastewater treatment. Before we start explanation of unit processes, let's understand regarding basic things of wastewater. What is wastewater and how it is being generated? So friends, whenever there is an existence of humanity, a commercial area, residential area or industrial area, water will be utilized and as a result wastewater is going to be generated. The wastewater which is coming out from commercial area or municipal area, it is considered as domestic wastewater. Why this wastewater need to be disposed of? Because it will have high level of pathogenic organisms, microorganisms, and so if we don't dispose it in a proper way, then spreading of disease will be a major problem. Cleanliness, hygienically point of view also, we need to take care of disposal of wastewater. So how this wastewater is being disposed of from the residential area? The wastewater which is being generated in our houses, it will be taken through house drainage system to the municipal sewer. Municipal sewer will take it to the large sewer and it will be ultimately taken to the wastewater treatment plant. So this is the way how this wastewater will reach to the treatment plant. If it is a big city or if it is a big town, then it may be divided into different zones and these zones will carry their own wastewater, but ultimately they all will reach to the wastewater treatment plant. So the starting of the plant, it will be a common tank where wastewater of different area will be collected together. Now what will be the benefit of this collection? As in the starting it will be collected, it will be neutralized and it will be neutralizing the characteristic, because from different area when you are collecting wastewater, then parameters may have plus or minus value, but when it is coming together, ultimately you are having one quality of wastewater whose characteristics can be determined at lab scale. Now if we normally see what will be the source of domestic wastewater, so the bifurcation normal terms if we consider, then maximum, that is 40% will be toilet flushing, 30% will be bathing, 15% will be from laundry, 10% from kitchen and 5% from other area. Also as a thumb rule, if we consider that the generation of wastewater will be what quantity, so you have to take 80% of the quantity which is utilized for water will be the generation of wastewater. How this wastewater treatment will take place? So we can divide it into total 4 different stages: preliminary treatment, primary treatment, secondary treatment and tertiary treatment. What do we mean by preliminary treatment? The very first step, it is the storage of wastewater. As we just discussed that from different area you will receive wastewater which will be taken care of the characteristics. Also we are putting some bar screen so that bigger size impurity will be retained. So before you actually start treatment, you are removing the possible impurities from that particular wastewater, and as a result we are reducing the load on further treatment. Then whatever physical treatment we are giving to the wastewater, it is considered as primary treatment. Then for the removal of chemical parameters, whatever treatment we are giving, it is considered as secondary treatment, and ultimately if we require we will go for disinfection and it is considered as tertiary treatment. So have a look on wastewater treatment plant. As you can see, this is raw sewage. Raw sewage means the sewage which has come out from different area and which is collected in the storage tank which is at the starting of the wastewater treatment processes. Then it is passing through screen. Bar screen itself is a big topic which in further lectures we are going to discuss in detail. From screen it will go to commutator, then it will go to grate chamber. Here you can see that due to slope, this grates means the collected impurities at the bottom will be taken out and the supernatant will go for the further treatment, and then it is going to primary clarifier where again sedimentation is provided. So starting from this screen up to primary clarifier, whatever units we are placing, it is primary treatment, right? It is first level of treatment. After that it will go to aeration tank, then it is going to secondary clarifier. You can also have here activated slush process or trickling filter or any other treatment which is required according to the quality of wastewater. So these all treatment we are considering as the secondary treatment. Ultimately, when we are disposing it off, if required, we have to go for disinfectant. Why I am emphasizing on if required? If it is water distribution, we have to compulsorily go for the disinfection process. We need to add some disinfectant so that when it reaches to the tap of your house, it has to be a pure water. But as this is wastewater, if we are meeting the criteria of disposal according to Indian standards, we may not go for disinfectant. But if the wastewater is of worst quality and if required, then we have to go for disinfectant. And normally when it is at larger scale or when it is at public scale, we have to go for chlorination as far as possible, as it is techno-economical solution, and after which we can discharge it to the surface water. So let's have a look on functions of different water treatment unit. So these are the unit treatments which we are going to discuss one by one. And before we start the treatment, let us understand that which kind of impurity will be removed by which kind of treatment. So screening. Screening means we are putting bar screen. Bar screens are comb type structure in which we are placing bars at certain decided distances. Now if we decide the gap, if your impurity is bigger than that gap, naturally it is going to be retained on one side of the screening, and only smaller size impurity or dissolved impurity will go for the further treatment. So floating matter. Floating matter means it can be a plastic bag, paper, branches of tree, or any such kind of impurity which is having a size bigger than the gaps at which we are putting bar. It will be retained in the process of screening. So screening will remove floating matter from the wastewater. Then we are going for sedimentation. Sedimentation, it will remove suspended matter. Now how we are claiming that it can remove suspended matter? What is sedimentation? It is a process in which in a closed tank or in a storage tank you are allowing wastewater to get settled down. So for certain hours wastewater will be there in that particular unit. So what will happen that whatever the sizes of particles are having specific gravity higher than the specific gravity of water, they will start traveling towards downside, and as soon as they travel towards downside, they will get settled down at the bottom of the tank, and so it can be removed easily. So such a suspended matter will be removed. Coagulation. If we require, then for removal of suspended matter, we can add some coagulant. What is coagulant? In very normal language, or people are familiar with alum. Alum is one of the best and one of the cheapest coagulant which is available in the market. Along with alum, we can also have a addition of ferric chloride or any other coagulant. Coagulant is a material, or it is a specific thing which we are adding in that particular storage tank, and then we are providing churning to that wastewater, and then we are allowing it to get settled down. So because of addition of coagulant, the flocks will be formed, and impurities which normally may not be able to get settled down will try to attach themselves to that flocculant, and then that particular layer from the upper side of wastewater can be removed. So this is a process of coagulation. Same way, we may go for removal of iron and manganese by chemical method. If required, we will go for filtration, which is remaining colloidal dissolved matter and bacteria removal process, and then again if required, we will go for disinfection process, in which we are adding chlorine, or it can be ozonation, or it can be UV process, and we are removing pathogenic bacteria, organic matter, and reducing substances. And if we have to go for removal of hardness, we can go for removal of hardness with the process of softening, which may be ion exchange process, lime soda process. An engineer will decide the type and level of treatment according to the quality of wastewater, which will be determined at lab scale. Also, for removal of color, odor and taste, we can go for aeration, or we can also use chemical. So this is basic understanding that for which kind of impurity removal which unit treatment will be applicable. So let's have a look on preliminary treatment. What is it? Removal of wastewater constituent such as rag, stick, floatable grease, branches of tree, paper, etc. that may cause maintenance and operational problem with treatment operation processes and ancillary system. How this can create a treatment operation problem? Because if we are not removing it at the starting stage, it may go further, and in further unit when we are using pumping or when you are taking care of velocity control, and in that particular place they can contribute for even clogging of pump, so which will be a costly affair to resolve. Preliminary treatment, if we take a look, then it consists of this unit. First unit, as discussed, screening, which will be for the removal of floating matter. Then grit chamber, mainly it will remove sand and grit. We will discuss one by one in further lectures. Then it may be a communitators, which will be used for grinding larger size suspended solid. Flotation unit for the removal of oil and grease. Skimming tank, flow measuring unit, pump, pre-aeration tank, etc. So these all are considered as preliminary treatment, which will be a basic preparation for primary treatment. So what is primary treatment? Removal of portion of suspended solid and organic matter from the wastewater is considered as primary matter. What is advanced primary treatment? Enhanced removal of suspended solid and organic matter from the wastewater. So which is typically accomplished by chemical addition or filtration, which is known as coagulation or flocculation. At lab scale, we can determine the quantity of coagulant with use of jar test, and then we have to determine the quantity required at larger scale. Same amount of coagulant we need to add, so that coagulation and flocculation process will remove bigger percentage of suspended solid and organic matter and will reduce the load on the further treatment. Then same process is considered as primary treatment as well. As such, it is difficult to bifurcate between preliminary and primary, but as I explained, preliminary is something which is a pre-treatment of primary treatment, and then we are going for sedimentation, coagulation and flocculation in the primary treatment. What is secondary treatment? Removal of biodegradable organic matter. As we all know, mainly it is BOD, that is insoluble or suspension state, and suspended solid. And disinfection, it can also be typically included in the definition of conventional secondary treatment, but as this is domestic wastewater, we may not give thrust on disinfection, as we may not be able to afford that cost. Secondary treatment with nutrient removal. Removal of biodegradable organics, suspended solids and nutrients, it will be considered as secondary treatment with nutrient removal. Also, it will involve the application of aeration system, biological treatment system, sludge and biosolid processing system, and it can be done by the processes of activated sludge, oxidation pond or lagoon and trickling filter. We will discuss all these units in detail. And what is considered as tertiary treatment? Removal of residual suspended solid, usually by granular medium filtration or microskin, and disinfection also is typically a part of tertiary treatment, and nutrient removal is often included in this definition. So tertiary treatment may be required, it may not be required, it will be a decision of plant in charge. So friends, in this lecture I have just tried to cover basic understanding of wastewater, how it will be collected from houses and will reach to the plant, and what are the normal unit and which unit process will remove which kind of impurity. In coming lectures we will discuss all these units one by one. Thank you. Have a nice day.